Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about the first bar chord that you should learn, and it has nothing to do with F or B minor or any of your E shapes or A shapes that most people start out with. So let's dive into that right now. Welcome back to another video, guys. This is going to be fun. So the first bar chord that I think that you should learn is not F, is not B minor, has nothing to do with these E or A shapes that most people learn first. I think that you should learn D-shaped bar chords first, but there's a caveat to this. What I like to do with beginners when they are first starting out on the guitar is actually tune them down to drop D. So what we're gonna do today, you're gonna need to be in drop D. So to do that, you take your 6th string, which is normally an E note like this, and we're gonna tune it down to a D like that. And that way, when you play all 6 strings with your D, it sounds awesome. But this is the tuning that you're going to need to be able to do this. So let's actually zoom in, and I'm gonna show you this on acoustic and on electric today so that you can see it on both. And there's some bonuses to doing it on either of these, and it works for either guitar, doesn't matter. Okay, so here zoomed in so that you can see a little bit better what's happening with this. I'm already tuned down to drop D. So I have my low E string is a D, I have an A, D, a G, a B, and an E, okay? So what we are going to do with this is we are going to essentially do a drop D power chord. So check this out. Up here on the 9th fret, I'm gonna take my first finger and lay it across my 6th, my 5th, and my 4th strings all at the same time. So I'm laying it flat right there. Okay, now that is a drop D power chord, and I start beginners out with those on their very first day of playing so that we can do cool stuff like this. Right? It's just lots of fun. You can get musical right away, but the first bar chord that you should learn is actually just an extension of that. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my first finger to press down on my 6th, 5th, and 4th string just like I normally do. But then to make this more of a bar chord, I'm going to add my 3rd and 4th fingers to this. Okay, so if you check this out, I've got my first finger here, and then I've got my 3rd and my 4th finger here. So my first finger's on the 9th fret, 4th, 5th, and 6th strings, and then I'm throwing my ring finger down on 11 on my 3rd string, and my pinky is on 12 on my 2nd string. Now with that, I can play 5 strings. Hey guys, real quick, if you are enjoying this video on the first bar chord you should learn, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video and you won't miss one. Thank you so much. Now let's get back to this bar chord. When you get comfortable with this bar chord, the awesome thing about it is it's one shape and you can play it over major or minor chords. It does not matter. And the reason for that is in your regular D chord here, this first string that you play is the note that makes that chord either major or minor. You'll notice when I switch between a major chord and a minor chord, the only note that actually changes is that first string. So there's major, then I drop it down for minor, and that's it. But with this bar chord right here, we're not playing the first string. You can if you want to. That would be an advanced version, where you could do a minor one. So that's cool. But for most people to start out with, just getting 5 strings here is gonna be really, really handy. And it's gonna sound good and be usable for a lot of different things. Because like I said, you can use this over major chords or minor chords. So that means once you're comfortable playing this, like up here on your 9th, 11th, and 12th frets, we can slide this around to any fret. Now, I think that you should start out doing it up higher and then work your way lower, because the lower you get, the harder it is. And so do start up high. And that's going to make life a lot easier for you. So let's go over what chords you're playing on which fret. Because if you play this open, you can just use a regular D chord right here. And that would be just a D, right? So if you do this bar chord right here and you play this on your 1st fret, that is now an E flat or a D sharp. Your 2nd fret is an E. Your 3rd fret is F. Your 4th fret is F sharp. Your 5th fret is G. Your 6th fret is G sharp or A flat. Your 7th fret is A. Your 8th fret is A sharp or B flat. Your 9th fret is B. Your 10th fret is C. Your 11th fret is C sharp or D flat. And then if I didn't have, there we go, I did it. There's a D on the 12th fret, okay? I don't have a cutaway, so going higher than this on this guitar really stinks. But those are the chords at each of these frets. So if I'm playing this bar chord at my 5th fret, then I'm playing a G chord actually. If I play it open, then it's a D. And the way that I usually do it open is I leave out the 1st string still, and I use my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of my 2nd string and my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of my 3rd string. That would be an F right there on the 3rd fret. This would be an A. Right? And so if you're looking up the chords to a song, this is a really cool way that you can go, okay, I need to play an E flat. Well, I can play it right here. Or I need to play an A sharp. Well, I can play that right here. And so you can find the chords that you need for any song. And like I said, it doesn't matter if this is major or minor. It's one shape for major or minor because we don't have that note that makes it major or minor. So technically, this is a huge 5-string power chord. If we're getting technical, it is. But the good thing about this is this works out your hand and gets you used to doing a bar at least on these 3 low strings. And then you get used to adding in your pinky and your ring finger. And that way you can take this and you can play it. And it's one shape and it doesn't matter. So let's do a chord progression with this that would be a really simple, easy chord progression to do. Well, we could just do G right here. And then open for D. And then we could go up to 10 for C. And then down to 2 for E minor. Or we could do G, D, E minor, and then C. There's a little bit more travel involved because you're going to cover the whole fretboard, but the beauty about it is it's one shape. You can use it for major chords or minor chords, and you can move it around and play it everywhere. That's what makes this awesome. Now, on top of that, you can combine this with just power chords. So let's say that for one section of the song, you're just playing power chords like this. And then for the next part, you want to make it sound bigger. So what you do is you use this drop D power chord and you can do this. And that will make you sound even better than just having power chords all the time. Now let's switch over to the electric guitar and I'll show you how it sounds on an electric guitar. Okay, so here we are on my Les Paul and this is what it looks like. It's actually easier on this because one, I put lighter strings on my electrics than I do my acoustics. Two, the neck is smaller. This is one reason why I advocate for playing electric first. But it's the same shape. It's just easier to play on an electric guitar. Now here's a really cool example of somewhere that I use this. I was just doing this with a student just yesterday actually, where we were playing Everlong by the Foo Fighters. Now in the chorus right there, you're gonna play 9 and then 5 and then open. And so for that song, when you jump into the chorus, this power chord or this big drop D bar chord sounds like this. Right? So that's one example of a song that actually uses these power chords from a really famous band. Really great song. I love Everlong. It's one of my favorites. Now let's show you with the electric. I'm going to show you some different combinations that you can use of chords that are going to sound good together. And like I said, you can use this for major or minor, so it's only one shape. So I'm going to show you the chords that are going to sound good together for the key of D major and the key of D minor. And you can start using this and start putting together your own songs right away using this one bar chord shape. So for the key of D major, what we're going to do is we're just going to play open right here. And then we're going to go up to E, which is your 2nd fret. And then we're going to go up to F sharp, which is the 4th fret. And then we're going to go up to G, which is the 5th fret. And then we're going to go to A, which is the 7th fret. And then we're going to go to B, which is the 9th fret. And then actually, I'm going to make this a little bit different. Instead of using the 11th fret for C sharp, try using the 10th fret. Try using a C. And then out of those 7 chords, you can combine those into all sorts of different things and come up with your own chord progression. So let's do this. Let's say I'm going to play open and then 5 and then 9 and then let's do 4. Let's see how that sounds. That's a little goofy. Let's change it up. Let's try changing that last 4. Let's change it to 5, like this. Now, if that sounded familiar, that's because that's the chord progression to Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. Now, you may be wondering, how the heck am I keeping my first string out of this? Well, what I'm doing is I'm letting my first finger touch that string, and I'm also letting my pinky touch that string. So my pinky is pressing down on the 2nd fret, but I let it lay back and touch my first string as well. So you just have to relax a little bit and let one of your fingers touch the first string so that it doesn't ring out. Unless you want to press down with your first finger and catch that same fret. right? But like I said, if you want to get advanced, you can use the major version where you make a D chord with your second, third, and fourth fingers, or a D minor like this with your second, third, and fourth fingers. Right? But for what most people that I teach want to do, just using the power chord version that's only 5 strings sounds awesome and is usable for a lot of different things. Now let's do one more key for you. So you can take either open, which is your D, your E, your F sharp, your G, your A, your B, and a C, and you can use that and come up with all sorts of really cool chord progressions. Or let's do another key. This is D minor. For D minor, we're gonna have open, and then 2 for E, and then F for 3 for your 3rd fret. And then from there, we're going to have G on your 5th fret, and then A on your 7th fret. And then we're going to have B flat on your 8th fret. And then you're gonna have C on your 10th fret. And then you could go up to 12 if you have a cutaway like I do. Right? But that way you can use these chords. So that will give you a song in the key of D minor. So that's it, guys. I think that is the first bar chord you should learn. A drop D 5-string power chord using your 1st finger, your 3rd finger, and your 4th finger playing a D shape. Now remember, you can play that all along the fretboard. You can play it at every single fret. And you can follow the pattern that I gave you for D major and D minor and start writing your own songs with those. You can even get adventurous and find the chords for every key. It's not restricted to only D major or D minor. You can do this with any key. But like I said, I think that this is the first one you should learn. Most people, when they are learning bar chords, they learn these E-shaped bar chords, and then you move them all around. So you have to use all 4 fingers. Same with A-shaped bar chords, which I cheat with, but you learn an A shape and then you move it all around. And I think that this D bar chord, which is really just a huge D power chord, is so much easier, and it gets you used to it so that when you go to do your E shape and your A shape power chords in standard tuning, it makes it a lot easier because you're already used to pressing down with a bar. You're used to engaging your 3rd and 4th fingers in there, which usually the pinky is everybody's weakness. They don't like to use that, right? But this is something that is useful. It is fun right away, and you can get creative with it. And it's only one shape. So you can play it for major chords or minor chords. It doesn't matter. You can start having fun with it right away. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And heck, I have a gift for you if you've watched this far. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there I have a guide. It's 17 pages long. It's called the top 10 things to learn on guitar first. I tried to take 1 page on each of these 10 things, but some of them went a little bit long. So I'm teaching you 10 things that I teach beginners all the time to get them playing real music and having more fun on the guitar a lot faster. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10, download that guide for free, have fun with it. Have fun with these bar chords. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these bar chords, what you're going to do with them, or maybe you know a song that uses these. Let me know in the comments about that as well, and I will catch you guys in the next video.